Anybody who doesn't think 2017 is a big year for the snowmobile industry needs to unwrap their arms from whatever tree they've been hugging and get on the Google to get themselves some real facts. This season, snowmobile buyers are greeted with a juicy pile of new iron that truly encapsulates the saying, something for everyone. Whether you're an average trail rider, big horsepower fanatic, aggressive ditch banger, or just want something that handles like it's on rails, you have a new model to consider in 2017. Two of the most exciting new models are, of course, the two that claim the biggest horsepower numbers. They are Ski-Doo's G4 850 and Yamaha's SideWinder, and before you even have a chance to ask, we're going to answer the question that's already in your head. Which one is better? Or maybe more specifically, how are they different and what are their strengths and weaknesses? That one makes more sense in my opinion. So let's just jump right into this query with some background info on what these two vehicles are made of. Yamaha's new SideWinder follows the same pattern as all of their newest and greatest models over the past few seasons. It was co-developed in partnership with Arctic Cat, essentially Arctic Cat supplying the chassis, Yamaha supplying the motor. Under its hood lies a 998cc 3-cylinder 4-stroke Genesis power plant that features forged pistons and camshafts, triple throttle body induction, and of course a liquid-cooled turbo. Horsepower claims for this motor vary greatly, but it's been claimed to have anywhere from 180 to 210 horsepower in stock trim. Ski-Doo's 850 is a completely different beast. It's a two-stroke with second-generation e-tec feeding fuel to twin cylinders that displace a total of 849 cc's. Horsepower here is claimed to be around the 165 range. Clearly these two power plants are as different as Fruit Loops and Weetabix, yet they will inevitably be compared because they are, at the moment, the two most powerful engines in the industry. So here's what we think you need to know about them and how they perform before you go throwing your hard-earned green at one versus the other. First, there's a big difference in power delivery. An 852 stroke that shifts out at 7,900 RPM is going to be an absolute torque monster, and this one definitely is. Power's meaty down low, and near perfect clutching thanks to Ski-Doo's revolutionary P-drive system keeps it pulling hard. It's also a very light power plant, so power to weight is excellent. On the other hand, a big twin can suffer from excessive vibration, and this one definitely does. It's not enough that you won't enjoy riding it, but it is definitely noticeable. Yamaha's 3-cylinder turbo produces power very differently. It pulls good on initial squeeze, but not as hard as the 850. We do have to give big kudos to Yamaha for nearly eliminating turbo lag down low, but if you're comparing the two, the turbo is definitely softer on the bottom end. It's when the RPMs and subsequently the boost begin to rise that things get interesting. The mid-range pull on a SideWinder is almost a spiritual experience. It pulls and pulls and pulls. It doesn't stop pulling until it runs out of gear. In the mid-range and top end, the SideWinder puts any other snowmobile engine in history to shame. On the other hand, the SideWinder's 3-cylinder turbo is a bit heavy. Now the weight is masked very well by an excellent chassis, and power to weight is still off the charts, but that weight is still a factor. So how do we see these two sleds stacking up? The e-tec is gonna pull harder down low, and the turbo is gonna pull harder up top. The turbo is a smoother engine package, but the 850 is lighter. Since top speeds can vary so much depending on your location, condition, and even just sled to sled, we're not going to make any official claims as to which one is actually the fastest. But the characteristics of both should give you an idea of what to expect when you're out on the trail or on the lake. Here's a few more interesting things to think about between these two motors. The SideWinder Turbo is the first high-performance turbocharged power package that we think is light enough and well-balanced enough in its chassis to be completely capable and rideable on the trail for anyone, anywhere. Previous turbos felt heavier than they actually were, and the truth is they weren't really that nice to ride on the trail. This one is, so take that into consideration. E-tec is great on gas. Big horsepower requires big fuel. But Ski-Doo has kept things very reasonable with the e-tec, which is something to consider if fuel mileage is a big concern for you. Both of these sleds are going to be really fast, but let's be honest here. Is it really that impressive to be the first one down the end of Kevlar Lake? Anybody can hold a sled wide open and make it go really fast. But being quick in the trees, that's what separates the good riders from the great ones. The SideWinder is the best turbocharged 4-stroke sled we've ever ridden on the lake or in the trees. But there's no denying that the light and nimble G4850 is going to be easier to ride in these same conditions. So, as the old dude told Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, choose wisely. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more content from SnowTrax TV, click the like button and subscribe to the SnowTrax TV YouTube channel.